Larry Stair here, and welcome to this week's edition of the Sunday School Informer. I'm excited that you've joined me to watch this short video. I'm going to keep it as short as I possibly can. And so it is hard to believe, but it is already May the 8th. And so a lot of things to cover in the Informer this week for the next couple of weeks. And so let me give you some additional details that aren't really printed. The first thing that you need to be aware of is that it is Mother's Day. And so take a few minutes to recognize the mothers in your class and maybe talk about some great mother stories. Pray for moms in our church because they do a tremendous job impacting the lives of people spiritually, and not only just their children, but their families. And so awesome opportunity to talk about the importance of moms today. And so the second one, this announcement is going to look really short, but let me give you a little more in-depth explanation. And so the personnel team is seeking your recommendation for church members to serve on the associate pastor search team. Kurt Wooldridge has been doing a great job as our interim associate pastor, but the personnel team is ready to put together a team of church members to look for a full-time associate pastor for our church. And so maybe pray about people that are great leaders in your class, people that would be open to the leading of the Holy Spirit, to working with a team of people that could help in finding our associate pastor. Currently, right now, they have 0 nominations from the church, and so I would love for you to suggest some people from your class that would be great at this task. And so the easiest way to do that is just send your suggestions to this email address, searchteam@fbcrr.org. Now, the thing you need to remember is those nominations need to be in by the 15th of May. And so don't take a whole lot of time about this, but pray about some people in your class that would be good at filling in on that search team as we get ready to find our full-time associate pastor. Next, Vacation Bible School clinics on Sunday, May 22nd. That's a well-publicized fact, but what has not been so well-publicized is volunteers are needed in all areas of Vacation Bible School. Sign-up started last week, continues this week. All you have to do to sign up for Vacation Bible School is tell Hallie, or better yet, go to this web address, fbcrr.org/VBS. And for the first time, not only can you sign up your child, but you can sign up to volunteer. And so let me encourage everyone in your Sunday school class to get involved in Vacation Bible School. Why is Vacation Bible School so important to me? Well, it's how I became a Christian. And so I've already volunteered. I'll do whatever in Vacation Bible School. It's that important to me. My wife's already enlisted. We're good to go on Vacation Bible School starting July 24th. And so I hope that you are too as well. Not going to spend a lot of time on this one. It's been around for 2-3 weeks now, but women's summer study, if you have ladies in your class, just encourage them to get signed up. Childcare is available through 5th grade. That's not on the flyer. It just says childcare. Normally think of preschoolers, but this goes all the way through 5th grade. The next thing I want to talk about is fellowship childcare, but more than just signing up for fellowship childcare on May 14th, I want to encourage you for your biblical community to begin planning fellowship events. When we get together outside of what happens on Sunday morning, that's how we get to know people. That's how relationships are strengthened. That's how we gain that trust to open up and to share deeply and intimately about what God is doing in our lives. So fellowship is very important. If you have children, Tracy puts on a great learning event during fellowship childcare. So let me encourage you to take advantage of that, even if it's nothing but just calling an audible, getting everybody together and going to a local fast food place and sitting around and having a conversation. Guys at one table, girls at another. It works. It's great fellowship. Let me encourage you to do it. So on the back, I wrote a little article about involvement and growth just for some research that I've been reading. I hope you'll take some time to read that article because it comes from this book right here. And if you are at the quarterly adult leadership training on May 18th. Now that's a Wednesday. Note that Wednesday in the Equipping Center, 6:30. I'm going to give you a copy of this book, and so it's a boil down of lots of good research and a lot of things that I talked to you about. And the article talks about how to figure the involvement ratio for your Sunday school class. And so we'll talk about involvement and some things we know about what really makes discipleship. And so it's going to be a great workers meeting. We'll talk a little bit about Shelby. I'm not really coming with an agenda for some Shelby questions, but I'm going to try to answer your questions. And so as I want to know what's working for you, what's not working, where we need to make improvements. And we've been at it for about a year, and it's time to tweak it and really dial it up a notch so that it's working well for you. I've been asking you to be thinking about how you would describe your Sunday school in 100 words or less. We're continuing to work on this project. We're getting pretty close. Matter of fact, I'll probably have a piece of paper at that meeting on the 18th for you to begin to describe your class. And so this is going to be important. Why? Because as we get ready to move to a different website, we're going to introduce this feature of Shelby that no one's seen yet, but it is a group finder feature. And so it will allow people to ask about 4 questions like an age group, a type of group, what day the group meets and time, and boil down to maybe a Sunday school class or a biblical community that they would like to be a part of. And then it will email you directly their contact information. And so I'm excited about that process, and so that's cool. I did get Ask a Shelby question this week, and I thought I would make just kind of a little tip so that you know, and so that you can pass this tip along. You can use it, or you can share it with people in your class that are still getting into Shelby. And so I was asked, how do I get into Shelby? And I thought, well, gosh, that is pretty easy, but let me go through it again. And this works best, I think, in a browser screen rather than in the app. So let's just talk about being in a browser. Doesn't matter if you're on your computer or on your phone, but just in a browser. Go to this address, FBCRR, Shelby Next, CHMS, churchmanagementsystem.com. So the address is there on the page. On the login screen, there is a link that says Forgot My Password. A lot of people go, well, I don't have a password. I've never got one. Well, just click Forgot, because it works the same way if you forgot your password or if you need a first password, because it makes a new one every time. So just use that Forgot My Password link. It will ask you for your email address. And if the email address you provide is the primary address that we have in the church database, it will email you your username and a new password. Your username typically is going to be your first name and last name, unless you use a middle initial or something like that. And then it will give you about an 8-character gibberish password. Use that username and that password to sign in. If we don't have your email, it doesn't match, then just call the church office and we'll take care of that. Once you're signed in, you can go to your account screen and you can change your username to whatever you want. My wife doesn't like really long username, so I shortened it to just her name, and I made her a different password that she can remember. I use the default, and so not a big deal to me. But anyway, people do passwords and usernames differently. The system will let you change that on your information on the account tab. And then once you're in, and then we can talk about some other things later. Well, I've reached the end of this little video. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to share it if you need to with people in your class. But the big thing is, know that I'm praying for you as we get ready to do something very important this Sunday. More important than celebrating Mother's Day. I know I probably get stoned for that one, but it is. Because what we're doing Sunday is we're leading people into hopefully a transformational encounter with Jesus Christ through Bible study. And so just know that I'm praying for you as you get ready to do that. It is beautiful outside. It's going to be beautiful this weekend. Get out and enjoy it. Enjoy God's creation, and know that I'll be praying for you. With that said, let me close this video, and you have a great weekend. See you Sunday. Bye-bye.